My friend Tom Wills from Sunseeker Torquay recently sold this magnificent Sunseeker 116 yacht, and he's managed to organise a yacht tour for me. So this is going to be the full aquaholic tour. It's guest areas, it's crew cabins, it's garage, engine, decks, everywhere. We're going to every inch of this boat. So this is what I'm particularly interested to see. It's a boat I've not been on before, and it is absolutely stunning. In fact, starting from the outside, I love the way they've done the styling of this with these angles. Just looks brilliant. But anyway, let's head on board and let's take a look. Now this is a shoes off zone because this is immaculate. So we're going to head on here, take a turn towards the back of the boat, head inside and show you what these boats are all about, because this is special. I think you're going to want to see this one. So we'll start at the back with the aft cockpit. This is pretty much what you'd expect. It's got the big overhang for plenty of shade, loads of seating and loads of space. And then we're going to take a head on inside, go through this whole boat. Here we go. So this is the main saloon area. Look at that. Now this has got the dark Wenge wood in its satin finish, and I think that is super classy. Very subtle, very discreet, very, very nice. This cabinet here, incidentally, this has got a TV in it, so this rises up, so if you want to watch TV at night you can sit around here, and that's where that is. But it's got the thing I really like on Sunseekers, which is these huge floor-to-ceiling windows. So the view out of this boat is magnificent when you're sat here. In fact, if we head over to the side, we're down in southern Spain at the minute, where it's 30 degrees, although cooler in here with the air conditioning on. But that's the view we've got out of here today. Just brilliant. Okay, let's head on in a bit further. Dining area is ahead of this, and these are big storage areas on both sides. In fact, if we have a look in this one, you'll be able to see that it's got things like all of the crockery and cutlery is tucked away in here. A lot of thought went into this boat, huge amount. But what a fabulous area that is, look at that. Stunning. Anyway, we're going to keep on moving because a lot of ground to cover on this boat. So there's a passageway, and this takes us forward, side access door so the crew can come and go. And in fact, the crew areas are off on this side. We're going to take a look at those in a moment, but we're going to head forward first of all. There is, incidentally, a day heads. This is so people don't have to go down into the cabins to use the loo. That's there for passengers during the day on the main deck. And also on the main deck is the master cabin. Look at this. Now that is the full beam of the boat. The decks go up over this. So first of all you get maximum footprint in here, but also you get maximum privacy because of course people can't walk past these windows. And they're on both sides of the boat, as you'd expect. So again, you've got that great view out of this cabin. But the cabin itself, pretty spectacular. AV system on the wall, of course. There's wardrobes dotted around the place. I'll show you those in a moment. But the bathroom is worth seeing. That's up ahead. Down a couple of steps. There we go, look at that. Beautiful. I love these designer taps, for example. The way everything is done, it's just so much thought gone into it. And the toilet itself is tucked away, obviously for a bit of privacy. But the rest of it's wonderfully open plan with access on both sides. There's lots of storage around here, but also there's a walk-in wardrobe, one of two in this cabin. So you can get changed before you emerge if you want to. Love this dressing table with a view out of that big window. Amazing. Love the lighting too. All this subtle lighting that's built in around here works really well. Let's head back through here because there is another of those big walk-in wardrobes. That's on this side. So you're not short of space for all your designer gear. What a great cabin that is. Anyway, let's head on through the boat. As I say, a lot of ground to cover. And we're going to take a look next at the guest areas. So you've got 4 more cabins down these steps. You can see how box fresh this boat is. Look, it's still got all the wrappings on all the carpets. Okay, we'll head forward first of all. So there are 2 guest cabins up here at the front. These have got twin beds in, but actually you can slide these together to make a double. If people want to have a double bed in here, they can do. There's a big wardrobe, of course, in behind this mirror, and these, as you'd expect, have their own ensuite. Obviously smaller than the master one, but similar quality. Beautiful. AV system again. And all of these cabins have these touch screens, so all of the things like the blinds and the lights, you can have presets on here, so you can choose how you want these set up. So we go into that and then into there. You can choose what lights you have on at what time and how bright they are. But there are also conventional switches down by the bed. You can see them over there. So when you're in bed, you don't have to hop out and start playing with that if you don't want to. Okay. On the other side is a pretty identical cabin, except for the fact this one has been made up as a double. So you can see how that works. Again, wardrobe. There's drawers underneath the beds as well, so they're using every inch for storage space. And another of those magnificent bathrooms. Excellent. Touchscreen again. There we go. Now, further back are two VIP guest cabins. So these are a little larger and a little better specified. So for example, you've got dressing tables in here, you've got a lot more floor space. I love the way they put these beds at 45 degrees. It really makes the most of this area. Huge windows. This is a wardrobe in here, but actually that's not the only storage space. The ensuite is larger as well. Not that you're shortchanging those other ones. I'd be very happy in those other guest bedrooms, but these are next level. In fact, you've even got over here, these are the air conditioning controls for each cabin, by the way. That's a proper walk-in wardrobe. So, plenty of storage, and that is mirrored on this side by another one. Same kind of setup. It's got the dressing table, it's got the walk-in wardrobe, and it's got the lovely ensuite. Stunning. Cool. That's the lower deck. That's the walk-in wardrobe just there on this one. And in terms of using every inch, even areas like this are used. So that's to give a great linen cupboard for bedding or towels, whatever you want to put in there. Excellent. Let's head up here and we're going to take a look in the crew area because that's pretty much adjacent. And then work our way through the rest of the boat. Side access door here for the crew to be able to come and go. But if we head forward, we'll find this door. Will take us into a crew lobby area. This is all storage here, by the way. That door ahead is into the galley. We're going to go into there in a moment. But first of all, we're going to take a head downstairs into the crew area. Now this is a really good size, very comfortable. If you crew on here, you're certainly not shortchanged. You've got this terrific social area, so plenty of room to relax, watch a bit of TV. Got their own cooking equipment in here, loads of storage. There are 3 cabins down here. This is a single cabin, so it's got a single bed in and an ensuite. We're not going into there because that's the captain's cabin. He's not here, so we've not been able to ask him to move his gear. So we don't want to start looking through his personal effects, but we can look in the other 2 cabins, which are the same, except that these are twin cabins. So you've got bunks in here. Again, loads of storage here. And each of these cabins has its own ensuite. So there's a proper shower room and of course toilet. So very well catered for. Air conditioning controls as well. These are all their own separate climate control. Another one on this side. So the crew are very well looked after on this boat. Again, that ensuite with a loo. Excellent. And this then, when we come up from here, takes you straight into the galley. So that's through this door. First thing it greets us is these massive fridge freezers on this side, but take a look at this. That is actually bigger than the one I have at home. That's a great size. Masses of storage, all professional cooking equipment, the oven and the hob. And then there's more cooking facilities down here, dishwasher, big sinks. It's a really good size area. And it's quite cleverly laid out because if we head back down through here, past the wine cooler, Then we find a side access door so they can go straight out of the boat without going through any of the guest areas if they want to. And then this door takes us back into this dining area. So for serving to this table, it's perfect. Okay, let's go through here. And this time we're going to take a left and we're going to go up another set of stairs, because this takes us through to the wheelhouse. This is where you actually command the boat from. Look at that. That is stunning. So you've got these 3 screens here and 3 screens here which display your navigation, radar, operating systems, whatever you want them to display basically. And then across here is your communication systems, thrusters, throttles, autopilot, everything you need to drive this boat from this wonderful Sunseeker helm seat. And there's also space in here for other people to come and enjoy the ride if they want to see what's going on. They can certainly do that. And then over here on the port side is this gull wing door. So that takes us out onto the decks again. Now this has probably the best foredeck area I've ever seen on a boat. This is magnificent. Look at this. What a great social area and what a great view from it. This table is height adjustable, so if you want a different height there and lower it to make a little coffee table, you can do. But it's a wonderful seating area right at the front of the boat. And ahead of that, big sun loungers, and you've probably spotted it already. Look at this jacuzzi. How cool would that be to sit up there, you're anchored in a lovely bay, taking in the world, enjoying life. Just brilliant. Let's head on down to the front. As I say, we're going to every area of this boat, so we'll have a look at this. This is more of a crew area again, really. So this is ground tackle for anchoring, cleats, that kind of thing. Loads of storage here as well, big storage void under here. This is all storage, so they can get everything out of the way. And while we're here, this is a great place to stand and take in a look at this incredible boat. Sunseeker 116 yacht. Beautiful. Anyway, let's not linger. Lots left to see. So we're going to go back through this area, back past the jacuzzi and these sun pads and this cockpit area. And we're going to head for the flybridge. Now the easiest way to get to that from here is to go around this area we're on here. Incidentally, this is above the master cabin. This is what I mean about the master cabin being full beam, so the crew are going over it, not past it. But then as they come back, you have the steps at the back that drop down to take you back to the back of the boat. But we're going to go this way through here and up these steps at the back, because this will take us out onto the flybridge. And the first thing we find up here is this bar area. So this is great for catering to this area. People can sit here and have a drink and a chat. As you'd expect, there's fridges in here, and there's an ice maker and storage, of course. So that's a terrific catering area. And unusually, there's also a helm position up here. Now, this is at a size where sometimes owners might want to have a drive, and they don't necessarily want to be inside doing it. So this allows somebody to drive the boat from here out in the fresh air with all their guests, and with this tremendous view out across the front of the boat. Stunning. Okay, let's head on back, because what we find behind it, one thing to mention is this hardtop. So we've got loads of shade here, but this whole canvas bit you can see, that will motor all the way back. So if you do want this open, you can certainly have it open to the elements and the sunshine, but if you want shade as we have at the minute, well, then you've got that. Big seating area here. This is great for having a meal around. You put a couple of directors' chairs on the outside of it, and that's a great area in the shade, but outside to sit and have lunch. And then you've got this social area on this side. And then back behind is a sun pad. So again, if you're anchoring a bay, this is a great area to lie out, take in the view. And in fact, if we go right to the back, you get another sense of scale of this area, and you get to see what's on top of it, because this is all the communications systems. These big domes, these are for satellite communications and TV, which means that you've got phones, you've got internet, and you've got television wherever you are, even if you're right out at sea. And then above that, this is obviously antennas, radars, lights, and everything else you'd expect on top of a boat like this. Okay, so this access here takes us back down to that aft cockpit, and we're going to go and have a look at the beach club next. So what they've done is, as well as this area, you can head right to the very back of the boat, should you wish. And the idea of this is to create what they call a beach club area, and what that does is it puts you right in touch with the water. So this is normally flush, but you can fold these seats down as we've got them in a minute. Also, this, as you can see, is a lift-up shower. So when you come out from swimming or snorkeling, whatever, you can shower on the back of the boat there. And this lowers hydraulically into the water, so you can use it as a paddling area, and it also gives you access for your tender, because behind here is a massive tender gouge. We're going to have a look at that in a moment, and this whole area lifts up and allows the tender to slide out, obviously with this lowered, and launch into the water, and indeed, of course, jet skis. So let's go across here and we'll take a look at that and the engine room and all the other systems next, because that is pretty spectacular. So we're back through this area and up onto the side deck, and this is where we find the access down into those engineering spaces. Okay. So first thing to greet us is the laundry facilities, and then behind that you've got a lot of the plumbing systems. This, I believe I'm right in saying, is a water maker, so the boat can actually create its own fresh water. And you've got a lot more of the plumbing systems at the back. And you may have noticed as we came down, there's what looks suspiciously like a steering wheel. And that is exactly what this is. This is an emergency steering system. So in an absolute worst case scenario of failure of the hydraulics, you can still position your rudders and you can still get the boat to shore. So that is a total backup, should it ever be needed. Probably won't. Good to have it there. And I think while we're here, we're going to do the garage first, which is through this door. So this is, well, first of all, it's full height as you come into here, and second of all, it's this fantastic Williams 565 diesel jet rib. So this has a diesel engine, there's no petrol needed for this at all, and it's a jet drive, so there's no propeller, and it means it'll operate in very shallow water, so that makes it a perfect super yacht tender. Loads of seating space, so for running people ashore, or for a bit of water skiing, whatever you want to do, that's the boat to do it with. And that sits on a cradle, and the idea of this is that you raise that back door up, that's that transom area, the beach club area, drop the platform, and this will slide straight into the water. And you may have noticed as we came in that there's these little V-shape cutouts here. That's so you can sit a jet ski on here. There's one on the other side as well. And when the dinghy is out of the way, you can lift these jet skis using this crane facility, raise them up, slide them across, lower them onto this cradle, drop them into the water. So that allows you to carry a really good sized tender and 2 jet skis. Okay, engine room next, because that's pretty spectacular. And that is ahead of us right here. So let's close that one up. And here we go. As clean and as magnificent as the rest of the boat. Isn't that stunning? Now these are MTU diesel engines, they are V16. And yes, that does mean they are 16 cylinders. They're about 36 litres each from memory, and they're about 2,600 horsepower. So there's a massive amount of power in that engine. And of course the same again over on this side. Now that's giving the boat speeds, I believe, up towards 25 knots, somewhere around that area. So there's a massive amount of power and a massive amount of performance. But if you drop the speed back, it depends on what tankage you've got, because you can have long range tanks on these boats, but your range then is up to about 1,500 miles. A lot of very impressive wiring and plumbing going on, and these things really are a work of art. These are the hot water systems up above. Side power, that's for your bow and stern thrusters. Twin generators, of course, and they're outboard of the engines. You can see one of them here. There's one of them on the other side as well. But it's worth having a little look around here, because, as I said earlier, it is just a work of art. Look at this plumbing on the back wall. Just stunning. And these fellas here, these are the triple turbochargers. That is a beast. Look at these exhaust systems. Now, I know everyone's going to wonder what's behind this door here, so we'll have a look. And what we'll find, a little bit noisier in here, I apologise, this is the electrical systems. Also in here, this is an escape route. So you have another route out of this area if it's ever needed in an emergency. As we go back here, this is all the ship's electrical systems, all tucked away in here. So again, everything's really easy to get at. And you've even got things like a monitoring system. This mirrors the one on the bridge. So all the systems on the boat, what do we got? We hit the home button. You can go into whatever you want. So you go into shore power, like that. You can see exactly what's going on down here. You can go into daily settings and see what everything is doing. So that gives you access to everything that's going on the boat without having to leave this area. Let's go right to the back. You may wonder why there's a huge bin here, and the reason for that is that yellow cable, you can just see it disappearing up there, that's a shore power cable. That's plugged into the shore and giving us 240 volts in the boat. And when you're not using it, that recoils through here and then coils up in there. Everything is thought of, it's nth degree stuff. Okay, let's go back out of here. Past that emergency exit. Look at this, everything is just so neatly done. Stunning, absolutely stunning. Okay, back out through these are watertight doors, that's why they have these huge catches on them, so that you have separate watertight compartments within the boat. Okay, let's go back out of here. And we'll take a walk back up these steps and head out back along the side deck. So this, you can see, is where we came in. These steps up here. So we're going to go up past those, and these take us back up to that foredeck area that is above the master cabin. And we are going to finish up with a little sit in this wonderful area here. So that is it. That is the Sunseeker 116 yacht. Thank you very much, Tom Wills, for arranging that, because that has been absolutely brilliant. I've loved looking at that. I hope you've enjoyed it too. If you have, do please give the thumbs up a quick click. That always helps the analytics. And also, please do subscribe if you haven't already, and click the little bell, and that way it'll keep you informed of more videos coming, because we've got some really great stuff lined up for you. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.